All right, man. Let's talk about who Francis Ngannou should fight now. I think he got a deal with PFL, so I think he may have to fulfill some obligations in the PFL. Um, um, so he might have to go back to mixed martial arts. But there's some money to be made in boxing. He pretty much, could do what he want to do in the boxing realm of things, in my opinion. Um, yeah, he should be able to do what he want to do in the boxing realm of things. So, in my humble opinion, I mean, he could do a big fight with Anthony Joshua. He could do something with Deontay Wilder. He could do something with Andy Ruiz if he wants to do something with, Andy Ruiz. So I think he's in a good position. I mean, I know the PFL, they need as much traction as possible, but for Ngannou, it's looking like in my opinion, it's looking like he pretty much can do whatever he wants to do, and maybe do two more boxing fights, because then also Fury rematch is a real possibility for him as well too. So it says the contract from PFL CEO Murray has called the most lucrative deal in MMA. Not only allows Ngannou the freedom to pursue boxing matches on his own terms, but he gets equity in the company and a seat on the PFL's athletic advisory board, and he becomes the chairman of PFL Africa. So so the most importantly, he probably gonna be he's probably gonna be doing some mixed martial arts, but he in reality could do two more boxing fights and probably be paid in the shade sipping lemonade. Excuse me. That's probably a real possibility. But apparently, when you got equity in the company, you know what I'm saying. I mean, ownership for those who don't know, you want to make sure the company do as best as they can do. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure the company do as best as they can do because your pockets and your pockets is tied to that. So he'll be back in mixed martial arts. The thing is, what I'm saying, can they find him an opponent that's gonna make these fights big? It takes two to tangle. Ali needed Foreman, Ali needed, Frazier, Ali, needed all of them. Sonny Liston, that's part of building his legacy. But if he stay in the sport of boxing, I mean, he could fight the winner of Fury and Usyk. I mean, he could fight Anthony Joshua in Africa. He could fight Deontay Wilder anywhere in this world. So a lot of doors has knocked down for him. Have been knocked down for him. A lot of doors have been knocked down for him. A lot. But if I'm him, maybe I do some PFL. Wait to see what happened with Fury, and maybe pursue the Fury rematch. I mean, he can go after Deontay Wilder. He can go after Anthony Joshua. I mean, really, the world is his. But if his pockets is tied to a company he got equity in, I think maybe they could do some type of PFL crossover. You know, but I think for him, if it's about his pockets and his pockets only, um, I think for him the best thing to do is go pursue Anthony Joshua. I think that's his best option to go out there and pursue Anthony Joshua. That's what I would do. No cap. I'll pursue Anthony Joshua. And then if I get past him or do well versus him, I'll go for the free rematch and then probably call it a day. Then probably call it a day. And then probably call it a day. So that's what I would do. But He got so many options right now. That performance opened up so many options. I felt that he won. People going around saying, "Well, we only won 3 rounds." That dude won way more than 3 rounds. And one thing you'll find out about the box community, dude, these motherfuckers is super biased. They are very, he won way more than 3 rounds. Way more. I felt that he won like not 8, 9, and 10 alone. And he won some of the middle rounds. But one thing about box community, they talk shit about a box, but they're always gonna take boxing over the MMA. Well, Ngannou, I think Ngannou won by like 2 points, bro. And that's my opinion. But I think it's wild to say he only won 3 rounds. Super wild. He was outboxing him. Fury wasn't doing shit. And this is why, in boxing, you got to have your own opinion. This is why you got to watch. And even whatever sport you're doing, you got to watch and learn for yourself. You got to watch and learn for yourself. You got to watch and learn for yourself. And that's the number one thing that I would say. Teach yourself the game. Don't listen to these biased ninjas and none of that. That'll be my number one thing. But yeah, man, I think, man, if it's PFL aside, I think I would go after Anthony Joshua, then spin the block on the Fury rematch or Fury Usyk winner. That's exactly what I do. Exactly what I do. So the world is his. The world is his. The world is his. You can do whatever you want to do in it. But like I said, when you got equity in something, you want to build that up. Especially if you believe in the company. If he didn't believe in the company, he wouldn't have took the equity. So, but yeah, if you just worry about solely his pockets, man, you go get that Anthony Joshua money, do something in Africa, I'll come back, fight Fury, then probably do an MMA thing. But the thing about boxing is that might be 2 years out the game for him. One thing about the PFL, I feel that one thing about the PFL, I feel like he'll be more active in the PFL. So activity is the key. Activity is the key. This is why, Fury, this is the first fight of the year for Tyson Fury. A lot of these guys ain't fighting. So if he can stay active, keep them fast twitch muscles working, keep working on boxing and while perfecting this MMA, which, in MMA versus Siler Gane, he showed that he got his ground game was coming alive. So, I mean, obviously he could have waited for John Jones, if Dana White wanted to pay him, but then John Jones just tore his pectoral muscle. He's supposed to fight Stipe Miocic, cat out of Cleveland. Some people call this the best heavyweight UFC fighter ever. So, I mean, even though the names that you want to see him fight is in UFC, maybe they'll do a crossover event. But the problem with that is UFC don't want to help build another brand. Why would you help build your competition? But they are creating a competition by not paying their fighters what they should be paid. Dana White can monopolize UFC even more. But greed is really, people say money is the root of all evil. Greed is right there too. And what he's doing, Dana White, is he's destroying his own company. What paying these dudes 20-25% more is going to do in the long haul, you're going to be paying more than that anyway. You're creating your own competition. That's just like what Bob Arum was making a bunch of money, and making more money than the fighters, and De La Hoya and Mayweather was like, hell no. When they found that out, and they created their own companies. He created his own competition. You know what I'm saying? But it's all about greed. The dude that, deleted himself and jumped out the building in Bed Bath & Beyond when he was doing, I think he was illegally doing some stuff with the stocks or trades or something like that. It's greed. Having a never good enough attitude, or it's not enough It's never enough attitude. You tinker the thin line between greed. When all you do is chase money, chase money, chase money, you neglect your family, you neglect your craft, you neglect what makes you happy. Because money make everybody happy, but when your happiness is too tied into money, that's when things get a little bit scary. That's when greed starts to take over. So, like I said before, he got a decision to make. You know, but I think it's a good decision he got to make. I think any decision that he make is going to be lucrative. So that's my opinion on it. But I think I like to see him in an Anthony Joshua fight, and then probably come back and rematch the Fury, or fight Usyk if you win. You know, but that's my opinion. But hey, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video financially. Want to support the channel? Cash App $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in the description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Anchor, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.